Top 7 Best Cheap Action Cameras in 2022. Through extensive research and testing, I have put together the list of options that will meet the need of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or particular use, we have got you covered. For more information, I have put links of products in the description. Make sure to check it out. Like the video, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. Number 7. GoPro Hero 7 White. The best cheap action camera around right now is the GoPro Hero 7 White. This nifty cam was originally released in October 2018 as a budget companion to the then flagship Hero 7 Black. While it's a far cry from the current best GoPro, the Hero 7 White still delivers impressive action cam tech in a streamlined and crucially very wallet-friendly package. The camera is also shock and waterproof to 10 meters. The responsive, sunlight-friendly 2-inch touchscreen provides rapid access to playback and settings. A built-in and non-removable battery dishes out around 2 hours of use per charge. Considering the low price, voice control is an impressive addition to the Hero 7 White. Filming is as easy as saying, GoPro, start recording and waiting for the beep. Number 6. Akaso V50 Pro. Very low price 4K action cameras are best approached with caution, but here's a mold breaker. Capable of 20MP photos and 4K/30 video, the Akaso V50 Pro covers the bare-bones basic features and nothing more. On the camera itself, there's a 170-degree wide-angle lens, a large touchscreen, and a very welcome 1/4-inch tripod thread. Something no GoPro has, with the only quirk being a mini USB slot for recharging its internal 1100 mAh battery. Mini USB. They haven't been in circulation for a decade. Luckily, there's a mini USB cable in the box, but it's not alone. Also in there is a pile of accessories ranging from 2 spare batteries and a separate charger to a handy wrist remote, a waterproof case, a mounting frame, a huge collection of screws and mounts for bikes and helmets, sticky fixes, zip ties, Velcro strips, and a cleaning cloth. There are tons of modes, from slow-mo and fast mode to time-lapse file length limits to 1, 3, or 5 minutes. How has Akaso made this camera so affordable? We're still not sure. But given its decent resolution, excellent build quality, and acceptable performance, it's an undeniable bargain if you're after the basics. Number 5. Akaso V50X. If there's one word to sum up the Akaso V50X, it's soft. Its 4K video is less sharp than the cheaper Akaso EK7000s. And that's a camera we recommend using at 2.7 or 1080 because 4K doesn't bring much benefit. Whether Akaso used the wrong lens, wrong sensor, or the wrong processing, something is not quite right in the Akaso V50X. It's a shame because the camera has a responsive, fairly pretty UI with more gloss than another models at the price. Stabilization is also among the best in its class, able to make walking speed motion look very smooth. We did wonder if electronic image stabilization caused image quality degradation, but turning it off had no effect on clarity. Just plug it in and select PC camera. It works fine on Macs too. There's also a threaded input for a tripod or other mount right on the camera, and it even supports an external microphone over micro USB. The internal one is decent too, with clarity just a level below the Akaso Brave 7. Some of the Akaso V50X's elements are dead on, but the video quality isn't quite there. Number 4. Campark X30 Xtreme V. The Campark X30 Xtreme V is a mid-price budget camera. It costs more than the ultra-cheap models, but dips below the A100, and for some people, it may be the sweet spot. For example, the reassuringly solid X30 Xtreme V feels has a built-in tripod thread. Its microphone quality is solid too. Voices sound louder and clearer than any of the ultra-cheap cameras, second only to the Akaso Brave 7. The X30 Xtreme V is a touchscreen and a decent interface, which is very similar to that of the A100 and Kaiser Baas V50 above. This also doesn't appear to be a true 4K camera in most modes, as footage recorded using the 4K/3 type and 4K/6 type modes is 3200x1800 resolution, not 3840x2160. The 4K/6 type mode, which would otherwise be standard setting, also uses a restrictive crop that further reduces capture detail. It looks more like 1008 type. You can get true 3840x2160 clips out of the Campark X30 Xtreme V by switching off EIS, and they can look good. But in most occasions we'll want to use stabilization. that stabilization is just okay, introducing a fair amount of image wobble at the corners of the frame. Even without these interface issues, we think the superior dynamic range of the Akaso 100 see above is worth the bump up in price. The X30 also more or less gives up in very low light and can be used as a webcam with Macs or PC. We tried. You only get the option of a charging connection or mass storage when you plug it in. Number 3. Akaso Brave 7L. Akaso has changed the cheap action camera game with the Brave 7L. This is a cheap action camera with most of the features of a top-end model. These include dual displays, one on back and another up front, and weather sealing. Rubber bungs over the 2 ports provide IPX7 water resistance without a case. It's all you need unless you want to start snorkeling with your action camera. And a diving style case with Fordham waterproofing is included too. At 127, it's twice as heavy as the action cameras that seem like empty boxes when you pick them up. The plastics used are of higher quality too. Creating a good first impression is one thing, but Akaso has put more effort into other areas too. The quality of the mic is good. Still, there's only so much you can do with a single mic array. Akaso's user interface is great. Dare we say it, for the basics it's faster and more intuitive than GoPro's own. The Akaso Brave 7L looks, feel and sounds the part, but we weren't blown away by its video quality. Video shot at that setting looks good, but doesn't have quite the same clarity and detail as the Akaso 100. Footage looks highly aliased or blocky, so 2.7 clips don't look anything like they have that amount of detail. Electronic image stabilization is fair, but a little jumpy, as if it only catches up on motion at a delay, rather than aiming to make pans appear smooth. The camera does also support use as a webcam, but we couldn't get it to work with our test MacBook or Windows 10 laptops. You may have better luck. Number 2. Akaso EK7000. The Akaso EK7000 looks an awful lot like the Dragon Touch Vision 4 Lite, see below. It has the same diamond pattern sides and all button interface, and those buttons sit in exactly the same spots. It has also fewer features, no stabilization, and a slightly worse screen, but we liked it more, and it's a decent buy if your budget is very tight. There are 2 main reasons for this. The Akaso EK7000's interface isn't a headache to use, while there's a carousel of menu items to flick through at any time you want to change a setting. It makes better use of its 4 buttons to cut this button mashing down. Akaso says the EK7000 records 4K at 25 fps, but judging by what we see, it may be dropping frames or doubling up on them in the final file. Scooch down to 2.7K at 30 fps or 60 fps at 1008 IP and things improve. The tone of the image is better, and you really don't lose all that much detail even at 1008 IP. Many cameras' footage looks completely different as you cycle between resolutions. But here there's just a slight detail hit. Stick to 2.7 or 1008 IP/60 for the best results. For this price, we'd be pretty happy with the 1080/6 IP video the Akaso EK7000 spits out. Do we miss electronic image stabilization? Absolutely. A 60 fps mode can make motion more fluid, but it won't get rid of bumps. What are the downsides? There's no option to change the field of view, so you're stuck with the native wide. We'd argue it's best to stick to a wide setting anyway, as cheap action cam hardware does not weather digital field of view cropping well. But the option would be nice. The Akaso EK7000's audio is also poor. It's muffled and quiet, which means it isn't really a vlogging option. But at this price, it's one of the best truly budget action cameras around. Number 1. Kaiser Baas X450. If ready to roll 4K footage is the main thing you're after, then the Kaiser Baas X450 is a great option. It shoots lovely 4K footage, with its 14MP sensor even capturing slightly more detail than a GoPro Hero 9 Black at its wide setting, in certain lighting conditions, based on a frame analysis at sunset. Of course, this isn't an entirely fair comparison, as GoPro Black cameras have much wider angle lenses than the Kaiser Baas X450, but we remain impressed. Detail is similar to the Akaso 100, but the Kaiser Baas has superior color processing, generally rendering warmer, more charming clips. Noise handling in low light is slightly better too, as you'd hope given its higher price tag. The X450 also has the best non-GoPro stabilization in this guide too. There's no water resistance unless you use the diving case, and the ports are exposed just like those of a really budget action cam. The Kaiser Baas X450 also doesn't have a mic input or a tripod thread on the cam itself. You do, however, get the necessary accessories in the box. Kaiser Baas is less generous than most of the other companies in this guide. You don't get 2 batteries, for example, just the one. And its capacity is a miserly 1050 mAh. The other $80 plus cameras here use 1350 mAh batteries. The Kaiser Baas X450 can't be used as a webcam either, which is a shame as it would do the job very well, as long as you used a different mic. So guys, that's all for the top 7 best cheap action cameras in 2022. The links of all products are given in the description, which are updated for the best prices. Subscribe our channel for more videos. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care, bye.